know who's out here living the American dream, but I can tell you one person who isn't, and that's me. I have 4 kids, and I'm working 3 jobs, and I'm still struggling. I have my full-time job. I'm a 911 dispatcher. My other 2 jobs, a waitress. The American dream should not be this hard. I should not have to be working my life away, being away from my kids. You know, sometimes I have to pick. Am I going to pay my electric bill, or am I going to buy groceries? Because my kids need to eat. This is not the American dream. I'm so tired of struggling. You know, so many people are going to work, working multiple jobs just to pay for a house to sleep in, just to put their head down at night. This is not the American dream, not my American dream. That's why I started posting here on TikTok. So hopefully I can slow down some so I can spend time with my kids. Life shouldn't be this hard. I know one person that's making 6 figures and they're still struggling. Why's it gotta be so hard? Anyways, if you want to help this mama out from struggling, you know what to do. I'm headed into work to work at Buffalo Wild Wings today. I have to work a double, say a prayer, I make some money.
Hey, Democrats, it's not that you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know how to talk to the American people. That is the problem. When Republicans get on the mic and say, Democrats, shut the federal government down, you turn to that camera and say, yes, we did shut the government down. Ask us why. Ask us why we did it. Ask us why we risked a government shutdown. And then when the reporter asks, why'd you do it? It's because if we didn't do it, tens of millions of people would have their healthcare premiums doubled at the beginning of the new year. Doubled. It's already expensive. They would pay double. And also, millions of Americans would lose access to Medicaid, which is state-run, low-income healthcare. So we decided to stop Donald Trump and the Republicans for taking away healthcare from millions of Americans, because we should not be able to take away rights and privileges that the American people have paid into for decades, only for Republicans in 2025 to shut that shit down and take it away. Why should we allow them to do that? People.
Right now, we don't want to talk about doubling or tripling of pricing in America, because I think right now everything is skyrocketing. Not housing, not food, not rent, not car, not gas, not fuel. Everything is becoming expensive, and no one will be able to afford it. Now, us sitting here and complaining to Republicans or the Democrats, it won't help us. We don't know who shut the government, but now it should be now like 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks now. The government has been shut down. Till when we will ask cry? I have here more clips. View them, and I'll come back with more comments on them. So subscribe meanwhile, and tell me in the comments what do you think about this whole thing of Americans who are maybe suffering, and Republicans and the Democrats. Subscribe meanwhile.
Damn it, Obama and Biden. Because of you all, the United States can't sell their soybean, and farmers in West Virginia can't sell their shit, and they're going to lose their homes. And if it wasn't for Biden and Obama, none of that would happen, because then Trump wouldn't have had any reason to go to war with China. And they wouldn't have any reason to be boycotting. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. And I'm not going to lie. We were talking about how we want to feel bad for the farmers, because what happens to them happens to us. The problem is they didn't care what was going to happen to us, and it's happening to them first. And you cannot feel sorry for farmers when they done this to themselves. They done this. They endorsed him. They all went out and voted for him, knowing what he did to them his first term. They're like, well, he won't do it again. Okay. Anyway, it's just hard to feel sorry for him. We're all in trouble here. But you know what? They were hell-bent on fucking around and finding out for the second time. And they put us all in this position, not just them. A lot of people, a lot of companies. And a lot of companies are like, oh, well, we messed up. You sure did. Live with it. We have to live with your decision. So enjoy that shit. Take power with it. With your full chest. Remind yourself every morning when your company's going down the shitter, especially if you're a small company. Because they like the big companies. They just don't like the small. Small businesses, they ain't for all that shit. With your full chest, make sure you tell yourself every morning, we done this.
I'm making this video from Iowa. We own a soybean farm here, and we are really struggling right now. The entire soybean industry is collapsing thanks to these tariffs and the fact that China has completely cut off all contracts with the United States. They are importing all of their soybeans from Brazil. Thanks to these trade wars, soybean prices have dropped so much that it's pushing all of us farmers into the red in an already difficult year. We're part of the Soybean Farmers Association, and we sent a letter to the president this month urging him to stop this trade war so that the entire industry doesn't go under. On top of that, the tariffs have made all of our farm equipment skyrocket in price. We can barely afford anything right now. Of course, as a farmer, I voted red just like all the other soybean farmers, and now the people we elected are ruining our entire business, our entire way of life, our entire industry. The same thing happened in 2019 when he had the trade war with China. I mean, I know it doesn't make sense that we voted for him again, but we just can't help it. Anyway, any help that we could get urging him to end this trade war would be much.
Okay, now when it comes to an aware that American farmers are being destroyed by Trump tariffs, whereby Trump is making tariffs so high that Chinese can't buy soybeans from Americans anymore. So they have to move to Brazil and Argentina. Now, tell me how somebody who has been farming the soybeans for a long time, now they are not able to produce some foodstuffs for maybe somebody to buy their own crops, because they've been doing this for some months. Now they have to sell them and they get some profit, but Trump is raising the tariffs for Chinese to buy their soybeans from Argentina and Brazil. So that's destroying the farmers, and farmers right now, they are in their own nightmare. They vote red, yes, but now they feel like they made a mistake for voting for red. But now, how long will this take them? How long will they suffer under his hands? Why isn't he seeing them suffer, crying, begging for help, for the government to help them? Because farming is the backbone of every country. And now, there's more to view on this video. There's more to see. There's more to share. Tell me, how will this affect the farmers in America? For how long will they affect them?
Are you a farmer? If you're not a farmer, you don't have to pay attention. Since I'm in the financial world, every day I read the New York Times business section. Headline today, China bought $12.6 billion in U.S. soybeans last year. Now it's $0. Almost $13 billion versus zero. Farmers ain't going to be happy. Why did this happen? Yeah, because of Trump's tariffs. That's exactly why it happened. There is no other reason. Okay, you might say, what about other countries of the world? Are they buying American soybeans? Well, let's see. Total soybean exports to the rest of the world are still down 23% this year. Now, I feel badly for the farmers who overwhelmingly supported Donnie, but just like last time he was in office and they got screwed, they're going to hold their hands out for a handout. Are they going to call that socialism? Are they going to call that welfare? No, I don't know what they're going to call it, but they're going to ask for it. Do you think that's fair? I want the farmers to do well. Truly, we can't live without our farmers. But I wish they would realize what Trump is doing, has done, and will do. To make it easy, Trump screws everybody.
So that's what we got for American farmers, is zero empathy. We want them to fail. That's what you're saying out there. That's what Americans are saying right now is,
yes, that's what we're saying right now.
well, next time you'll vote the right way, or that's what you get for who you voted for.
Yeah, that's the way you voted. That's the fuck around and find out.
Doesn't sound very American of people, but here lately, that's all we're doing is complaining.
You voted for a con man? A felon? I don't know what to tell you.
Is an American business to fail. I don't know how much more we're going to see for the next 3 or 4 years. Last thing I want is an American farmer to go under because us as Americans didn't want to do anything to support them. I don't care what side of the fence you're sitting on in this. The last thing we need is our land to be gobbled up by our corporate people to lease it out to another country so that they can come in and do what they want on the soil. Think about it, people.
So if you could change back time, would you still vote for him? Because Kamala was going to help you guys. Donald was not going to help you. When he was going to make people rich and lower their taxes, he didn't mean you.
What started out as a $20 billion bailout is now a $40 billion bailout for Argentina. And I just do not get this. We are letting farmers in this country practically lose their business and forced into bankruptcy because of this tariff war Trump started. And now we're sending $40 billion to a country who has been filling the void from those American farmers. I mean, I just don't know why we're doing this. What's the end game here? I thought this administration was America first. Why are we making Argentina first? I mean, what's the angle here? I honestly do not understand what the angle is with Argentina. And why we are sacrificing the farmers of this country, which there are literally not many family farms left. Most farms in this country now are corporate-run farms. But why are we sacrificing those farms to hold up another country?
You know, Americans act like they don't see what's happening in their country, and they see that they can help other country than their own country. They know they are a nightmare, because tell me how Trump is giving $40 billion to Argentina to help as an aid, while farmers are crying here, needing help from the government, but now they can't help them as farmers to grow their own economy. And now, after Trump giving tariffs to the Chinese, they were not able to buy their own soybeans. Now, they moved to Argentina and Brazil to buy their own product. And now Trump is now helping them to not helping them with AIDS, and leaving his own people in empty-handed. So who will help American farmers? Who will help American farmers? Who will give them their hands? Who will they cry to? I don't know. Anyway, comment below. Till next time, all and peace be with you. Bye.